Can we talk about the nonsense of religion real quick?
Okay, yeah.
If there's a God in the typical sense, he either doesn't care about us or is an evil fuck. There's no way around it.
Right.
You got kids dying of cancer and getting murdered and fucking innocent animals getting burned up in fires and all this horrible shit. That is not a benevolent God.
No.
Either it's a benevolent God that has no power, or it's a malevolent God that chooses not to help.
Well, it's just like, if they're like, why would he make so many just like rapists and killers and
Yeah.
child molesters? Like,
So let's take that off the table, that the traditional God from the Bible exists, because that's not feasible.
Right.
Plus, how big the universe is, like, even if that God existed for some reason, would he even be aware of this planet?
well, you know what? I actually I came up with like a little fun theory. I don't know if I could ever work into a story or not, but like I had like this idea, like, what about like if one of the reasons why like we don't find life on other planets is because it's like once God is able to get it good here on Earth, then he can go to another planet and start life. And then but like he's doing such a shitty job here that's why the fucking universe is just barren, because.
Well, there's plenty of theories that I think are more plausible than just a one ultimate creator bullshit. And let's just get away with the whole everything started from nothing, because that doesn't make I can't comprehend that either. It's like there was nothing existed, and then it existed, Big Bang or whatever.
Right.
It's like, well, what did it come from? Like that doesn't make sense to me either. That's I think that's a fallacy as well. But I don't think like there's ultimate creator. I don't know where the fuck we came from. But I have some theories. One, managerial system. There's a God for each quadrant.
Right.
And then there's a higher God. And then there's CEO God. There's a bunch of gods. Maybe like a Dragon Ball type of.
I was going to say, it sounds very, like, very Kai-like.
That seems a little more plausible that, you know, and the God that's on our fucking office, he sucks.
Yeah,
he's not paying attention. He's really old and he stopped caring. Like he's doing blow.
That what probably happened is like what happens like for like managers at stores, like, oh, we were doing okay, we had a pretty good manager, and they fucking made him switch, and then we got the fucking the douchey manager who just let everything fucking go to shit.
Yeah. One thing I think is much more plausible than that, which I don't know who the creator of this system would be, was the simulation theory, because that kind of makes more sense that we're in some kind of simulation and that all of the universe is actually infinitely small. It's like in some computer code.
So like the whole universe is in
like some kind of cosmic computer. So everything we know is just like. Think of like being an atom in your body. Like that's all you know is that world. So like everything out here would seem extremely impossible.
It kind of sounds like there was an episode of Rick and Morty early on where like Rick charged his battery for his car by like he created like a quantum realm or like world universe to where the people in there had to like step on these little like pedal things, and that made the power. And then so there was a scientist in that little world who made a tiny world or a tiny universe, and that had like and it just kind of kept on going all the way down to we're like, well, am I just in a battery? Like, am I in a car battery right now?
One of the Men in Black movies did that very well. I think it was at the end of the movie. I don't know which one it was.
Where all of a sudden, like a marble.
We're a marble, and like there's this gigantic universe outside. That's terrifying to think of. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and there's more stuff out there. Because if you went far enough out, what is if you got outside of the universe, there has to be an outside of the universe, right?
Or an end or whatever. Yeah,
that's the problem with human knowledge. Is like what we know, there has to always be an end.
Well, that's what always got me with religion to begin with, because like it would be nice if there was like a God and there was like something or some things or whatever that were behind the scenes controlling things, or at least had like their hands in it or whatever. My always big thing was, if there is such a thing, there's no way we'd be able to comprehend it, or it's not any of like the man-made, like any man-made religion is just for show, I feel like.
Well, even the Bible itself, the problem is like people talk about, God's divine wisdom and all this stuff. But then as soon as you say man, it's imperfect. So man interpreted the word of God.
Right.
So it's already, there's a problem.
Because I feel like
it's corrupted from the get-go if it's man involved in it all. Right. It can't be divine, which I think we learned from the Divine Comedy. As soon as you throw man in there, it's like, now this isn't a pure thing anymore because man is sin.
I always kind of like the theory of just like, and you've seen it in like movies and shows and stuff, but like schizophrenic people who have like shadow, like, you know, like, no, those are the people that actually can heal God, and it fucking drove them crazy, or like they can see things that aren't, like, you know what I mean?
Any typical representation of God doesn't make sense. I don't think there could be a grand creator, because it always goes back to, well, who created God, or what created God? How did like, that's the problem with human knowledge and the way we think. There always has to be an end, but there also has to be a beginning. Like, there has to be some way something started.
It's the ultimate chicken or egg.
Yeah, like people always say, oh, God always existed. How? Without a beginning, how does one just exist? There has to be an origin. We as humans can't think of anything that doesn't have an origin. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. We'll never get answers to it, but I don't like thinking about it because it pisses me off that people will put their whole personalities and livelihood into something that's got to be fake,
right?
To a degree.
And again, like, if you're doing in whatever religion in moderation, and it helps you and your family live a good, fearful life, and whatever, that's all fine and dandy. It's the trying to make other people, or that because your is the one true real religion and real God, and everybody else is false, so we either have to get rid of them or force them to believe what we believe.
It's all horseshit.
That's what I hate.
Forcing people.
That's what pisses me off.
Well, it's like, in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill. That's word of God, but God's allowed to kill.
Right.
He smites people all the time, right?
Yeah.
Well, also, like, a lot of religious people are just like, we don't care about the Old Testament so much. Why? Isn't that a part of it? That's the beginning of it. So shouldn't that be more important?
Well, when you get all the different offshoots. I'm a Christian, but like, I'm a Baptist on the southern, like, you know what I mean? There's always these different like titles and ranks and things and stuff, and just like, I just never got it. I never needed that to be like, oh, I shouldn't kill people. I shouldn't always be assholes to people. You know, like, you know, I shouldn't steal. Like, I either my parenting or just growing up, like, you know what I mean? Like, I already had those. Like, I don't need those. Like,
what irritates me is the narcissism. It's like, so you're saying there's this all creator who's able to not just make Earth, but all of the universe, which is infinite as far as we know. It's bigger than anything we could comprehend. But this is the only life. Like, he made the Earth and put his religion here or whatever, and it's like, we believe in him and all this shit. But it's just like, nowhere else. He can do anything he wants. That's all. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go sleep now. Yeah. Where does he live?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
I'm gonna send my son down. I'm gonna a little bit of nepotism and send my son down to take care of things. Oh, you killed him.
In the stupidest way. Like, what reason? Like, let's let him live for like 30 years as a normal human, and then we'll fucking kill him. Okay. And then also, don't worry about all the religions before that. Before he came down, all those people go to limbo. You know? Like, what about Zeus? I'd rather have Zeus. At least Zeus had Olympus. He had a place he lived.
Yeah.
Oh, God lives in heaven. Where the fuck is heaven?
Yeah.
Can we see it?
You could actually, like, get to Olympus.
Yeah.
It would be tough for a mortal to go, but they could survive. They could go there.
Is heaven in, like, in some kind of separate universe, like a bubble universe where it's just a bunch of giant marbles and he's in the other one?
Yeah.
Then how do we get stuck here? Fucking dumb. It's like we all grew up in a third world country. I'm saying, well, I want to go to heaven. I want to go to the cool place. And why is it cool? It's always depicted so boring.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, we got clouds and hearts. I don't want clouds and hearts. I want fucking meth and hookers.
Yeah.
So, in summation, I think we solved it.
Yeah,
God is a giant turtle.
Yeah.
Stephen King got it right.
All the way down.
Anyway, today we're talking about, what are we talking about today?
I don't know.
We could talk about maybe writing. I don't know.
We should probably do try to have like an actual episode, huh?
Yeah. All right, folks, stick around. I'll cobble something together here. You're listening to the Drunken Pen Writing Podcast. I'm your Caleb James. With me, as always, Spencer, the Victorian Viagra Vilifier Church. You'll see vagina, but I think Viagra is a little better. Yeah. And I meant Victorian as in Victoria, Australia.
Yeah.
Not Victorian as the time period.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're called Victorian if you're from Victoria, but I feel like you should be.
Seems right.
Is that also a place? I'm not looking it up because I have an article on my phone and I'll lose. Today, we are talking about something dastardly.
Oh.
No, we're not. Actually, before we talk about the topic, I want to talk about something that's touching my soul right now.
Okay.
I've been writing again.
Nice.
Started writing again, finally. I went back to that the Green Knight story I was working on, the
nice.
jazz story. And I got some words flowing. It's feeling pretty good. I think I might just make it a novella.
Oh.
So I think it'll be pretty long. So I'm already like, the first scene's almost 4,000 words.
Oh, wow.
So I think I might just make it a novella and see what I could do with that. Fuck it, why not? Because that one story I was working on, since I'm so far past like the submission period, I would submit it somewhere else. I don't really care, you know. So I think I will work on this until completion and see what. Because also, like, I think another thing has been hindering my writing lately is the fact that I want to do longer work.
Right.
But I'm still like, I have all these short stories I still got to complete that I started, and it's just like maybe if I turn this one into like a longer work, I won't. That'll help me get over.
You feel a little bit might be something accomplished
And I honestly, I want a fucking book with my name on it.
Yeah.
You know? Like 100-something, 200-something pages maybe. So that'd be more of a novel, 200. But like if I can get it to like 130 to 150 pages, I think that'd be cool.
Well, we talked about before, it'd be nice even to get like, if you can't even get some longer work, but get like a collection of just your own short stories. Again, because like then it's just like, it's yours. I mean, nothing against all like the cool like anthologies we've been in. But it is kind of hard, like you want
just Caleb's work or Spencer's work. See, I have enough for like probably 2 or 3 short story collections now. But the thing is, like, unless I put them out myself, shopping them around, like that's hard. But also the fact that, you know, you put together a story collection, I'm not actually writing anything new.
Right.
And that'll still take a lot of time to put that together and maybe do more editing and shit. It's like, I want to actually put new stuff.
Well, I was just even thinking, because I know we've talked about before putting out collections of like stuff that we've already been in.
Yeah.
But that would be even too like, because like say even like
write new stories for it.
Yeah, but it'd be kind of cool. It's almost like a different seasons kind of thing, to where like you do your Green Knight story.
Have like a novella collection would be cool.
Yeah, even if it's just like, you
longer
know,
stories.
A novella, and even if it's just one novella, but then other short stories that are longer short stories, but might not be like novella.
I mean, for me, if I did Santuario, which is like, well, in Starlight, it's like 50 pages, but they double space, so maybe 40-something pages probably. So you figure that's 40-something. If I did that Dead Men Don't Scream story, that's like 60, 70 pages of just regular, you know.
Right.
Then if I did the Green Knight story and then maybe one more long story, that would be 4 for me for just like a whole book. That'd be pretty cool. But again, it's like, who would I get to shop? Do I submit it somewhere, try to get like a publisher to publish it, or do I put it out myself?
Yeah,
I don't want to do. I don't have the money to do it all now. But even if I did, like the marketing and stuff, I don't want to do all that. It's just not fun. Like whatever happened to being a writer, it's like I write and somebody else handles the fucking bullshit stuff. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We are talking about. Do you wager a guess?
No.
The best American literature books every reader should experience by Books of Brilliance.
Okay.
This is on Google. Yeah, they showed this to me. Top trending.
I'm sure they know what they're talking about.
I'm not going to read the introduction. I'm just going to read the list. It's in a list.
Oh. Do they have numbers?
No. The best American literature books every reader should experience. So they actually have the list set out beforehand, which I like, so you can see it all, and then they break down the list.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't in order, but I'm going to put it in order for Spencer's sake. So this is an order of quality. This is just Caleb saying numbers starting with number 1. Because I don't know how many are on here, so I'm not going to descend. So number 1, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. We discussed it enough, but I can see that as one of the great American pieces of literature.
That's one of the ones that they're always trying to ban, aren't they?
Yeah, because racists don't like it.
Oh, that just reminded me. You brought up the Stephen King, I think, off air. That was probably about because they banned different seasons.
Oh yeah, did they?
Because of I forget one, but one of the word reasons was just like because of like the friendship, like the male friendship, and like it was something real fucking dumb. Some school down south fucking banned it.
You have to look into that.
Yeah.
Next up, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Discussed that recently as well. Beloved by Toni Morrison. So this one, I'm going to read it this year, I guess.
I always see things.
Let's read this in winter for our February read. How about that? Because we keep fucking talking about it. So Toni Morrison's Beloved is one of the most emotionally powerful books ever written. The novel follows Sethi, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Sethi, a formerly enslaved woman, haunted by both her past and a mysterious presence connected to her dead daughter. Morrison blends historical fiction with psychological horror to create a deeply haunting story about trauma, memory, and survival. This is not always an easy read emotionally, but it is an important one. Morrison's writing is rich, layered, and unforgettable. She forces readers to confront the painful realities of slavery while also exploring motherhood, identity, and healing. Many readers consider it beloved one of the greatest American novels ever written, and it's hard to argue against that. I think Mike was telling us that Luke is that's one of his favorite books. I think to ask him again. By the way, this was just written by book contributor. I'm gonna say it seemed like this was actually decently well written, so decently written. I wanted to shout out the author, but there's no author. I was watching a video yesterday on Creepers, which is like the Dollar Tree version of Goosebumps.
Okay.
Like they had a whole series. And all the books are ghost written. They just have a fake name on the cover. It was Edgar J. Hyde. But on the inside pages of most of the books, I think some of them didn't have it. It would just say text by, and it would be like an author who wrote the story. I would be pissed. Yeah. I mean, they're ghostwriters, so that's what they're hired for. So they know that they're not... Like, they should be happy they're even in that. But it just would suck to write a whole-ass book. Like, a lot of them wrote, like, 5 or 6 books in the series, and it's just like nobody knows it's you unless they really look at look it up. Of course, nowadays, like, you might be able to find it a little easier. Right. With, if they... I feel like they should just attribute in the back, like, actually written by blah, blah, blah. Right.
Or at least, like, contributed by or something, co-written or whatever.
Whatever it is. Next up, Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Big whale. It's very American. We talked about it. The next one, bullshit book of the year, Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger.
You really love... I always see things when people are like, oh, man, I really like that book. I really like that book. And I just always remember you guys talking about just how fucking shitty it was.
Well, here's why it's shitty. The novel follows Holden Caulfield as he wanders through New York City after being expelled from school. Holden's voice is what makes the book unforgettable. He is cynical, angry, vulnerable, and he's a little bitch. I want you to read it. Because I'm sick of fucking bitching about it, and then like nobody.
I will read it if only when I get done reading it, I can shoot Ronald Reagan.
I think you should shoot Ronald Reagan regardless of reading that.
Ran into the fucking ground.
Fucking Tommy, get an old Tommy gun. Yeah, I want you to read it just because it's short and shit. Short and shit. I get the merit of it if you're a fucking whiny asshole in the 50s, but I just don't like the kid. And it sucks because it's like a great name wasted on, one, the title, Catcher in the Rye, is a great name. Yeah. And 2, Holden Caulfield's a great name.
That is a good name.
And it's wasted on a little bitch boy. You know what? Fuck it. Is it 100? Whenever it's, probably, I'll be an old man probably when it's in public domain. I'm going to write a Holden Caulfield story where he's cool. Not a little whiny bitch. Next up on this list, The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck.
In my to be read pile.
Yeah, we talked about that. We probably talked about all these recently. Not this one. We might have did an episode on this. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. No, that was Native Son we talked about. You did not read Invisible Man.
No, I've not read it yet.
So I'll do this.
I'd say you've probably read most of these.
Yeah, I've read all of these so far.
Except Beloved.
Except for Beloved, yes. So not all of them. Immediately, not all of them. Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man is one of the most important works in American literature. The novel follows an unnamed black narrator navigating racism and identity in America. The title refers to how society refuses to truly see him as a person. Ellison combined social commentary with surreal and symbolic storytelling, creating a novel that feels both deeply personal and politically powerful. I really liked it. That was a really good novel, though. People usually rate it above Native Son. I like Native Son more because it was grislier. Yeah. And there was a lot of tension.
Right, yeah.
Though that ending with the fucking big court...
Yeah,
that was a little too much. That was so on the nose.
Yeah.
It's like, let me just lecture the reader now for like 50 pages. Like, I don't know about all that. I have not read this one. I didn't even know it was an American book. I always assumed it was one of those fancy lady books from Britain. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Little Women has remained beloved for generations because it feels warm, emotional, and deeply human. The novel follows the 4 March sisters as they navigate love, ambition, family, and adulthood. This might have been written by AI, actually. Now I'm reading like how this is broken down. Every paragraph looks like the paragraph preceding it. No. Like every one is like broken down with, now we have a bunch of words and commas. And Jo March in particular has become one of literature's most iconic characters. Her creativity, independence, and determination continue to inspire readers. All right. Again, I didn't know that was an American book, but I'm not going to read it. They just made a movie with Timothy Chalamet, didn't they? Yeah. With that, I think so. Little Women, starring one of the Emma Roberts, not Emma Roberts. Who's one of the new hot ladies? Not hot and is attractive. Lovely Bones. What the fuck's her name? That Irish chick.
Lovely Bones.
She's in Lovely Bones. Not Siobhan. Spelled wrong. Saoirse Ronan.
They got nothing.
It's Irish. Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. Discussed that many times. One of my favorite books.
Yes.
The Color Purple by Alice Walker. I was wondering why we don't see this on the list very often. All I think about is Oprah.
Yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg. Prince. That's a different Color Purple. Alice Walker's was he in The Color Purple?
I think he wrote the soundtrack.
Okay.
And he might have had like a cameo or something in it.
I don't know. I never actually watched The Color Purple.
Me neither.
Or I've seen scenes. I might have watched it in school actually, but I don't really remember it. Alice Walker's The Color Purple is an unforgettable novel about survival, abuse, love, and self-discovery. See what I mean? It's always like this long abuse, love. Also, I apologize now. I should have did it earlier. Every time we do one of these articles, we only talk about the books we haven't read, really. Like, I never describe, like, oh, the audience might not have read a bunch of, like, Moby Dick or something. Maybe they want the information. Look it up.
Well, or just listen to the episode we talked about it.
Yeah, or go to booksofbrilliance.com and look up this list I'm reading. Where was I? Told through letters, the story follows Celia as she endures unimaginable hardship while slowly finding her own voice and strength. Walker's writing is emotional and deeply personal. The novel explores race, gender, and resilience with incredible honesty. What makes the story so powerful is its transformation. Watching Celia grow into her own person is one of the most rewarding journeys in literature. I thought that was like a slave story. Maybe it's a post-slave story. I just remember old black people on a plantation of sorts. Next up, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. It always bothers me that it is so highly regarded, but they never mention that you should read Tom Sawyer first.
Oh, right.
Because it's a sequel. Like, it's like Terminator 2. Everybody talks about how great Terminator 2 is, and you can watch it without watching the first one, but you need to watch the first one, right? It's a sequel.
Right.
Like, you kind of need, like, you don't necessarily need it because it's somewhat self-explanatory, the story, but it still helps to watch the first one just to get the characters.
Because Tom Sawyer, or Huckleberry Finn shows up in Tom Sawyer,
Yeah, he's all through the book. He's his best friend. You get his origin and stuff, kind of. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. This has had a bit of a renaissance lately. No one ever talked about this book to the point where I didn't know who Zora Neale Hurston was till this last year. And now all of a sudden I see a lot of book talking about this book.
I haven't seen any of that yet.
Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God is one of the most beautifully written novels in American literature. The story follows Janie Crawford as she searches for independence, love, and identity. Hurston's writing style gives the novel a unique rhythm and authenticity. Janie's journey feels deeply personal while also reflecting larger themes about race and gender. That's another one we could do for Black History.
I like the title. The title's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Their Eyes Were Watching God. Next up, Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. We talked about this
last episode,
huh? Yeah, I'm rereading it. When this episode comes out, I'll probably be done with it again. Properly. It's a good book about the West.
I'd say if you finish it and you haven't edited this thing, you should put it in just a bland just cut of good
book. Better than before. Next up, East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I always talk about this, but I don't know if I ever gave you the synopsis, so I'll read the synopsis.
You just told me, I would probably like it, but it'd probably get me into a murderous rage.
No, that's Winter of Our Discontent.
Oh.
Winter of Our Discontent. And Grapes of Wrath. Grapes of Wrath is too somber to be, murder. You'd feel like maybe The Noose would be the way to go after reading that. Same with Winter of Our Discontent. Neither would put you in a murderous rage. No, Grapes of Wrath would put you in a murderous rage till you got to the end. Because it's just all, you think about your life in corporate America. It turns you into a Luigi. Many readers consider East of Eden to be John Steinbeck's masterpiece. The novel explores family, love, jealousy, and morality through generations of the Trask family. I can't get over how every paragraph for each book
looks just the same.
Yeah. It's like it's broken down in the same exact style. We have to have the sentence with multiple commas. It's just weird. Again, maybe this is a person. It's thrown. Not that it's bad, but it's too weird. Inspired by the biblical story of Cain and Abel, the novel examines the idea that people have the power to choose between good and evil. I just hate that John Steinbeck was so goddamn good, it makes me not even want to be a writer.
Yeah.
Because a Cormac McCarthy, I can go, okay, I'm not going to write like that, though, so I don't have to worry. But it's Steinbeck's it seems like I should be able to write like that. But I can't.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking brilliant.
And I don't know if it was always his author photo, but the one on the copy of Great Raps I have, he's just sitting there with his cigarette, just you fucking badass motherfucker.
Fancy.
Could you imagine trying to have a cigarette for your author photo now? I mean, you're not even a smoker, but could you just I don't think people would probably buy your book just because of that.
There's few author photos that I regard as top tier. That's a good one. Yukio Mishima has one where he's holding a samurai sword.
Nice.
And he's surrounded by books. I don't think it gets better than that.
Yeah.
Because, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I'd have to go to look at it because there has to be, like, at this point, like, hundreds of, like, Stephen King ones just for all the different, like...
The one that I always come across is the one where he's sitting at his desk with his feet up.
Mm-hmm.
Like an old one, but I think it's black and white. But yeah.
He got, like, the big beard. Like, he's, like, in school. Like, he's still, like, a teacher almost.
I believe so, yeah. I don't know. That Yukio Mishima with the sword. I'll show it to you when we get off here.
That is tops.
The next up is The Road by Cormac McCarthy. We both read it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that's one of the best? It is.
Yeah.
It's one of the best American books. Though it's not, because we didn't really break down or these like wholly American stories. That one's not. That's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. It has nothing to do with America other than maybe it's set in America.
Yeah.
I don't even think it says a state or anything, does it?
No.
I don't believe it could be anywhere. But I mean, you assume it's America, but I don't know. Why American literature still matters. We're not reading that. We're done. I'm gonna look up that Yukio Mishima. Oh, hold on. Was that another list? The Graveyard Book Review by Neil Gaiman's fantasy novel is a must-read. July 17th, 2026.
Oh, that's ballsy.
Yeah, that's a brand new read. I will say this. I believe The Graveyard Book is one of the best books I've ever read.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And it hurts me so much to say so. Yeah. Like, I imagine saying Nowhere. What is it?
Neverwhere.
Neverwhere is the same for you.
Yeah. Can't even talk about Sandman anymore.
Why does that dickhead have to be a dickhead? All you had to do is not be a raper.
Yeah.
You don't be a tub guy, and or just don't let it be known. Yukio. Oop, I didn't spell anything. Yukio Mishima. Oh, he actually has two.
Okay.
So I forgot about this one. This is not the one I was referring to as his author photo, but it's fucking great.
Oh yeah, that is
full samurai.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that jacked.
Right before he died, leading up to his suicide, when I think he was 40, makes me feel like a piece of shit because I'm gonna be 40 here in a few months, and I haven't written all those amazing books.
But you can still commit kabuku.
Yes, so he wanted his body to be a thing of beauty and be perfect for his death. So his training, which there's a lot of videos, or at least pictures anyway, of him training, was to get the perfect body for suicide. So what a fucking motivation. It's almost like, so when he thinks he achieves perfection, that's when he's doing it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy work right there. No, the one I was talking about, that's a good one too. It's not, because he was like a closeted gay man. He looks so gay, and he was a very small guy actually, like 5 foot or something. But it's like
something with those gloves and the way he's holding that cigarette.
Oh, yeah, there's a full picture, but like you see how small he is. But he also like super badass gay guy. It looks like in that picture. People look up Yukio Mishima. You'll see all these pictures I'm talking about. There's a picture on one of his books of him committing seppuku, not the real him committing seppuku. It was like an art version. Fucking nut. Damn it. And then when he took over that place, he also had some cool... That was in actual author photos. Yeah. That's just when he tried to overthrow the government real quick before he committed seppuku.
That's crazy. Did they...
Yeah, he was a badass guy. Damn, he had this one too.
God. Well, I guess...
Well, this thing is like... I think one of his claims to fame was that he actually came from the last generation of samurai. Like I think his family were like the last samurais. He wasn't, but...
Like, they were within that generation.
Yeah.
Well, you figure that's kind of just like our equivalent of just like, I'm going to take a picture with my big-ass gun.
Yeah. This was the picture I was talking about. He's holding a fucking samurai sword in his messy office with a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah.
Like, why do you gotta be so cool?
The only thing that would make that cooler is like if he was sitting at his typewriter typing with one hand and just had the other one resting like on his shoulder.
He's holding two swords. Why? He's my hero if it wasn't for the whole emperor thing he loved. Anyway, folks, we thank you for listening. That's an episode. If you want to check out my work, CalebJamesK.com. I have Starlight Pop Review 8 that you can order. I'm telling you, Santorio is long enough to be worth the price of the book, even if you didn't read any other stories, though I highly recommend you do. Spencer's OnlyFans, he is in Victoria, and he is vilifying Viagra. He's saying you don't need it. Good diet. Basically the turtle hermit way. Yeah. You know, eat, sleep, or what is it? Sleep, train, eat plenty.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like
you'll get solid boners.
Yes.
You could check out Spencer's work. He doesn't have a website. No. Now what was the last thing you were in? Friends in Hell.
You're right, yes.
So you need something else.
Yes.
Have you submitted anything recently?
No.
I have. I actually am in progress with Palette Poetry. I reworked an old poem that I think has some promise, and I hope they accept it because they pay money.
I think the last thing I submitted was the that like kindergarten anthology.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either.
When we get off air, I'll look at a bunch of shit and get mad at how many submissions I have out. Anyway, folks, we thank you for listening. We'll check you next week with another episode.